are doing good. Let's start today's weekly outlook. Let's start with the DXY from weekly time frame. Okay, so last week we have planned that we can see some reaction from this weekly order block, as it's a high priority order block. Price has closed below it, and it has also had a smaller wick, so that makes it a high priority order block. Okay, and one more thing is that we have failed to close above this candle high, so it means what? The ultimate drawn liquidity would be this low, right? And now we have seen that we have reacted from this weekly order block, as well as if you go to the 2-day time frame. So we have a 2-day order block, as well as 2-day fair value gap as well, also 3-day as well. So we have 3-day fair value gap as well as weekly order block. Okay, so price has reacted from it. It has shows us that we can move down. So right now the drawn liquidity will be the previous week low. Okay, so the drawn liquidity which I am looking is previous week low in DXY. Okay, and also the 8th April weekly candle low as well. Okay, so let's go to the daily time frame to see what do we have. So in daily time frame we also saw that we have closed below this candle low, the opening price, and yeah, so it makes this order block, but it's not a high priority order block. So in weekly, in daily, what we can see is that there is a inversion right here. Okay, so if we close below this inversion on Monday, then we can potentially target this low, but right now it's looking bearish. Let's switch to one more time frame. Okay, so in 2-hour time frame we have this candle. So either I will wait for price to close below this candle low, then we can plan our trade to this drawn liquidity as well. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see what do we have. In 4-hour time frame there is a breaker block in making. So if you see price potentially move down, then we can use this breaker block to target this low. So the important thing to look right now is to see whether what price is doing on Monday. It has to close below this candle low or this swing low. It should not be like one closing or two closing. It should be like proper good closing, right? It should be like 3 to 4 candle closes below this candle low. That makes this as a breaker block. Okay, and that breaker block is a high priority breaker block, right? One more thing we can see that we have three prices tried 3 times to close above it. So it has closed, and one more again it has. So we are not expanding above highs, right? Important thing is to see whether we are expanding above highs or not. We are not expanding above highs. So that is also it is making me a high probability breaker block or a high probability drawn liquidity to the downside only. Okay, so let's see what we have daily. So daily it's bearish in 12 hours. It looks bearish. So what I will do, I will wait for on Monday the price to close below this. Right, it should be closed below this low, and this breaker block will get confirmed. Then only I will plan my trade from this breaker block to this previous week low. Okay, so now let's go to Euro USD to confirm our idea. So in Euro USD we saw that there is a 3-day fair value gap we have, right? The 3-day fair value gap. So we have reacted from this fair value gap as well. We have fully filled this imbalance we have, and right now the drawn liquidity will be previous week high. Okay, not previous week high, it will be the last week high. Okay, so this would be my drawn liquidity. We have closed above it. We closed above this candle, and also if you go to the 4-hour time frame, so we have this fair value gap, this small tiny fair value gap. So either if price, if price, there's 2 scenarios which is possible right now. Okay, either we can react from this fair value gap, right, and this should be left open, but I don't think it should be left open because there's no such order block here. So there's a scenario which is there are 2 scenarios which can be possible. So this is the situation where I would like to avoid. Okay, when this kind of situation happen, so what I would like to see, if price react from this fair value gap. But if it doesn't happen and the price reacted from this fair value gap and it should close above it, first thing it should close above this candle. Okay, it should close above this candle, that makes this as a breaker block. And if it closes above this candle, it should not be like this, right? One closing, it should be like 2 to 3 candle closes, right? Multiple candle closes above it, like this. This is a breaker block, okay, and price closes above multiple candle closing like this, 2 to 3 4 5 here, 3 to 4 candle closing. That makes this as a high probability breaker. So I would like to see price to close above this breaker block, and it should spend some time here, and then after spending some time here, if we can tap this, and then we can target this high. That will be the idea. But we have to see whether what is happening right now here. So it's very difficult right now to say where we are going to head in the next week. But the overall bias will be bullish. The drawn liquidity is this. But to confirm, to place a trade, we have to look for this breaker block to form or price to come down to this fair value gap. Then only we can plan our trade, right? That's the bias for Euro USD. Let's go to USDCAD. What do we have in USDCAD? In USDCAD, let's start from the weekly time frame. So in weekly time frame, okay, we have failed to close above this, right? We have failed to close above this candle high. If you would have closed, then this would have been my order block, but now it has failed to close above it. So now we can target this, okay, as well as this, okay. So the drawn liquidity will be to the downside, and yeah, and we have also formed a order block as well in the daily time frame. So this can be this opening price is very, very important for me. So where I'll be looking for to sort this and to target this low, previous week low, and the previous the 2 weeks low as well, right? So it is looking pretty much clear for right now. Don't see that we have so many highs which is left to target on. This is not how things work. We have already closed below, but if it would have to expand higher, it should not be closing below this inversion. So it is already closed below this inversion. So this inversion, and also it has closed below this opening price of this candle. So that makes this as an order block, and this order block is already tapped. So it doesn't make sense for me to again price to coming back and tapping this order block. So right now the bias will be bearish. I'll be waiting for price to tap this order block once again and to target this low in USDCAD. So it's pretty simple bias in USDCAD. Let's go to one more pair. We can go to AUD USD. I will try to make it much more quicker and make it short. We have tapped this order block. So yeah, now we can target this. We have tapped this order block, and also we have the rejection block. Okay, so see, there is one more learning here. The learning is that look, in this order block we have the wick. There is a larger wick to the downside. Okay, so when you see the larger wick to the downside, then there is high probability that price can tap the rejection block, not the opening price. The closing price of the order block is important, not the opening price. So here the closing price, which is a rejection block, is important. After here price tap this rejection block, and it has shown some reaction from that. So yeah, so this was our rejection block as well. So right now we have tapped this weekly order block, okay, weekly rejection block, and also if you go to the daily time frame, so we have closed above this daily order block as well. So pretty easy drawn liquidity would be our this candle high, okay, as well as the whole week drawn liquidity will be this candle, the 2 weeks high, right? So looking clear in AUD USD and also in USDCAD. So AUD USD, USDCAD both are looking awesome, and also on Euro USD as well. Okay, so we are also heading to the last week of the month. So keeping that thing also in mind, we can't expect a lot, but we can target the nearest drawn liquidity, right? The nearest drawn liquidity for AUD USD will be this, and if price shows some reaction and it expanded higher, then we can target this high as well. Okay, let's quickly come back to crypto. Crypto in weekly time frame. Okay, so it has closed above it. We have tapped. I was planning to trade from this weekly order block, but price did not came here. It's okay. So maybe right now it's very difficult to say what is going to happen in weekly time frame as well, right? But I would love to see price to come back again to this fair value gap, a tiny fair value gap, right? If it is coming tiny fair value in this tiny fair value gap, then we can target this high. Else I'll be waiting and watching, doing nothing else. Okay, now come back to the gold. In gold, yeah, gold, okay, it's looking bearish. It's looking bearish. I don't know why gold and DXY both are looking bearish. So that is not a high probability trading condition, right? Both gold and DXY should move opposite of each other, but here we can see that it's looking bearish. We have closed below this candle, and that is the weekly order block. It has formed the weekly order block as well. So if we go to daily time frame, we have a okay, so we can see some retracement as we have two smaller fair value gaps. So we're not gonna predict the retracement from where it's going to happen. We'll trade the continuation. The continuation where I will expect price to continue lower is from this order block. Right now, if I'll go to the lower time frame to see what is the lower time frame PDRA we have at this weekly order block, is a small fair value gap. So we can expect. Let's go to the more lower time frame. Yes, let's switch to 4-hour time frame. So in 4-hour time frame, I'll be expecting price to react from this high, from this low. Okay, so the mean threshold is here, so no. Okay, so it's pretty much difficult right now to predict from where price is going to react. We'll wait and watch. More or less, it's likely to continue. It's likely to chop. It's likely to chop, right? It's likely to consolidate for few days on the next week. Then only we can see some expansion to the higher and then to the lower side. Okay, so I would love to see price to tap this fair value gap. Okay, else if it is not tapping, if it is not going to tap, then in this fair value gap, small fair value gap, I have to see this chop, like this chop. Okay, let me come here. See, there is a larger fair value gap we have. There's a larger imbalance here. So whenever you see there's a larger imbalance like this, price generally doesn't react immediately. Okay, it chops there. See, taps once more, taps second time, tap third time, then fourth time, then fifth. So it has already chopped multiple times, 1 2 3 4, and during this whole time you lose your hope, okay, that the price is not going to move down, and the moment you close the trade, it start moving in your direction. So this is how they play with your mind. So here the same thing I'm expecting here, as we have already expanded a lot like this. We have expanded a lot, so we can see some chop here. After choppiness, we can predict, we can plan our idea, like price will start failing to close above the high, and then we can target the low. Okay, so in gold, that is the thing I have in my mind. Okay, so far it's done. Gold I have done, crypto also done, and forex we have already done. Let's go to the future markets to see, confirm our idea. So yeah, in future market, in euro, yeah, it's looking good. We have already we have fully balanced our imbalance. So yeah, so the target will be this high. We have tapped this weekly, daily fair value gap, and the target will be this high. Okay, pretty simple range play. So that's all. Let's go to the indices to see what we have. Indices is looking extremely bullish. It's very difficult to predict what's going to happen. Okay, maybe you can see some chop in this pair as well. Okay, so finally, if you guys are till here, then make sure you subscribe the channel, and hit the like button. Right now I'll go to the Nifty. Okay, for Indian Nifty traders, so it's bullish. It has already shown some bullishness due to the election. So yeah, it's very difficult to predict. We're at the all-time high, so go with the flow. Right, it's very difficult right now. We have the election result coming on 4th June. So yeah, so the election result will determine where we are going to head. Okay, so right now, I will say stay out till 4th June. Okay, so thank you for sticking till this. Okay, and have a great weekend.